Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hello Lazy Gaming, how are you? Okay, so let's do this. How are you, NS Kokak? How are you? How are you? How are you? Glad to see you back. How's everything? Yeah, today we're going to be making this Lulu Ring type scene. And yeah, so let me first reduce my music a bit. How's everyone? How's your days? I tried streaming this yesterday, but my internet wouldn't let me. But it seems today things are good. I'm seeing it okay. My upload speed is okay. Okay, so let's try this. I've already created a post for this. You can see the reference images that we are going to be looking at. Reference images, yeah, it is really amazing. And you can see some of the other reference images that I'm going to have on my second screen just to look at and yeah, draw inspiration from. That's the link to that. And I'm also going to be using some pre-made assets. These here, because this is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of buildings. I didn't want to make this stream too long. So I went on and created a few pre-made assets that I will be using for this. If you're Patreon, you can get them on the Patreon page, or if you want, you can just get them on Gumroad. Just go to this link here. It should show you where you can download these. And you can also look at the models, how they look. They're fairly detailed. Though still low poly. This is how they look on Sketchfab. You can preview that. I guess I can link that as well. Okay, yeah, so let's just get started, set up everything and see how things go. I'm just going to have this on my side screen, or maybe let me just drag it in. Where is the reference image? Oh, here. Why can't I bring it in? Interesting. Okay. Got it. So yeah, let's do this. I think we're gonna start with the perimeter wall. That I'm just going to start with a circle, because this is in a shape of a circle. But I doubt it's a let's approach it differently. Let's start with these cylindrical walls. Oh, we need like 18. Fill, extrude up for about there. Inset, and yeah, I'm going to rush through this because it's there is quite a lot to do. Okay, and I usually like to separate, because I want to create these notches and I don't want to add extra resolution to this cylinder, so I'm just going to duplicate this, then extrude that. That will allow me to just add edge loops where I want those notches. Then I can have one there, one there, one there, one there. Just label that, add a loop around. Actually, I can just get rid of that, then just bridge these like that. Simple. Shade smooth, auto smooth, and we have something like that. I'm going to be very minimum with the way I texture this, because we have a lot of assets. You don't want to slow down your viewport by using complicated shaders. So I'm just going to use just maybe one or two images. So let me grab this. I can even just use cube projection Okay, this is not it. Want a brick material like this. It's too red. Let me blend it a little bit with this other texture like this. And I think I'm just going to move this up so that we have this down part, the dark part there. And I guess I can also just grab this. Yeah. Now just going to blend the two. Like I said, I want to keep this to a minimum of to a maximum of let's use overlay. Let's try, let's just mix them. Multiply. I don't want to make the shader too complicated, so I guess that's fine. I'm just going to use this as the roughness and maybe add a math node to control the roughness a bit. I think that's good enough. I can also just add another mix node here. I don't want to make this too complicated. Can just use a color just to reduce on how red this is. Yeah, just like that. That's going to be my window or my cylinder. I can just add in some extra detail like that. Okay, that's our wall. We can make, because I'm looking at this and it seems we can just extrude, think this or this. Is it up to there? I think up to here. Just going to separate this, then extrude like this. I think I can also extrude should I approach it this way? Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Just do a cube projection like that. This wall has to be a bit thicker, so let me add a loop here. Cube project. And we can also add in these notches. Again, I like to keep them separate. So Shift D, just then extrude up. Can actually just make them so that I just separate like that. And I think I want this to be a bit longer. Maybe, let me see. Ish. Yo, thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, but thank you, thank you. I want this to be lengthier, something like that. Yeah, and I can grab these blocks, just duplicate them, cube projection, just scale this up. Hello, Yigit Unu. How are you? And thank you, thank you. I think my blocks are a bit too thick. Let's make them less thick, like that. Just, yeah, something like that. Hey, Kapil, how are you? I already know this will be awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's. Yeah, this time I want to be a bit more detailed with this. Let me call this Lord of the Rings. Paste that in. Let me turn on some ambient occlusion. Okay. Just add in a few extra details. So we have the side wall done. I can join this to this, and then now let's see. I want the radius, this to be this size, and our camera is going to be up around here, so we can start setting up stuff. So this wall, I'm just going to set it up as a wall collection. Wall. Just duplicate this. I think we might want it to be a bit taller. I can. Hello, Kim. Do you use HardOps add-on? No, I don't. I have an issue with sharpen with HardOps. After applying the sharpen, I'm not able to remove those sharp blue lines. Oh, you mean the bevel edges? So I think what you're talking about is these bevel. Do you mean these? If you want to remove them, I think you just use Ctrl E in edit mode and then clear. Is it clear? You just do Ctrl E and then just slide back until this factor is 0. Is that it? Let me see. Ctrl E, bevel weight. Yeah, you just Ctrl E and then move the cursor until you don't see them anymore. That's how you would remove them. There isn't. I would expect to be a clear bevel weight here, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But that's how you would remove them. Okay, so let's continue with where. Okay, I think my wall might be a bit too big. Let's make it smaller. Grab this. I could use the array, but I just don't like how using instances, and I think we need this wall to be bigger than this. So yeah, so that is more visible. No problem. Glad I could help. Yeah, the wall doesn't have to be perfectly circle. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You can make it whatever you want. Okay, it's refusing to close. Hey. Look at that. Fits with our image just fine. Let me remove that in the background. Okay. So we have that. Let's start adding in some buildings. Like I said, I have some pre-made buildings that I'm going to be using. So let me open up a new blend file. and just get some of those. Let me see. 2020, August, September, this. Yeah. I have these other buildings I made. And just going to, I don't know, should I just add them? Let me add them to my asset library. I'm gonna call this pack 2. And just add them at once. And I should now be able to access them through my asset library. Okay, this is pack 2. Okay, so I can start adding in these buildings. And I think we could do the road first. So let's create a road. Some of the main roads we have, one that goes through the center. And again, I want to keep the textures to a minimum. So I have a road texture that I want to use. Don't want to make things super complicated. So I'm just going to grab this image. Gives us a nice road texture. Perfect. That's how we're going to do the road. So that's our main road. It goes through the city all the way. And maybe we also have another one that that is less straight. Yeah, is this okay? Yeah, I'm just going to unwrap by follow active codes so that I can maintain the road text. So something like that. And I think I can also just add in, make this more organic instead of making it just plain like that. Okay, let's come here. I think I'm going to use cycles because I like the sky text, using the sky texture. So let's do a sky texture. Perfect. I should. Okay. Okay. Let me grab some ground. Add some mountains in the back. Mountain. Yes. So we have something in the background. We need to change the clip distance. The camera clip distance. I like this leg here, so I'm going to maintain it. Just far that's where we are at. I think this camera is a bit at an angle, and these walls should be. Now I'm going to add a shrink wrap to these. Shrink wrap, so that so that the rods are always on top of. Where's my shrink wrap? Are always on top of the surface. So let's use a project and an offset. Perfect. I'll do the same here. I actually just grab emphasize this. Do a Ctrl L, copy modifiers. Okay. Now our sun is a bit too bright, I think. Yeah, something like that. And the sun is also too harsh. Okay. The angle can be different. Okay. I need to change the viewport clip. Set this to 2000. Okay, let me get some water for the lake. Let me just use a plane. Okay. So this would have a water material, which is just going to be a roughness with a bluish material. Could be a bit darker like that. We need more mountains in the back. That maybe we also have a lake there, and this is also a lake. Okay, if you look at the roads, it seems like they are too high on the ground, and that's because I think we can make them look like they're actually part of the surface by just making sure they don't cast any shadows. So I'll go to visibility and just turn off shadows. Shadow. Yeah, you can see now they look more like actual roads. Yeah, I'm going to use my quick generator. Let me actually bring in some building, a few extra buildings here. And clear this. And just bring in a few. Go to pack one. Bring in that. In this. Just a few buildings. That, and go to pack 2. I'll show you how these look. The buildings are going to be part of my Patreon's package. If you're a Patreon, you should be able to download these. It's a nice way for me to give back. Okay. Just a few like these. Let me see. Okay, I think. Yeah, set like that should be enough. And yeah, so I'm going to, let me see. Let me go into my ROM package. I also have some small buildings there that I think could be useful here. Except they just have too much going on, so let me remove that. Okay, so these are going to be our buildings we're using, and I want them to be all in a collection. So I'm going to select all of them, call it a buildings collection, and I'm going to use my quick scatter add-on, actually my quick generator add-on, which is a quick generators add-on, which is an add-on just that I use to kind of save all my geometry nodes setups. You can get it in the links in the description. Let me just show you how it works. So I'm just going to add this scatter generator, and comes with these objects, but they are not necessary. You can remove them. Now let's look at this generator now. It's just a geometry nodes modifier. It takes in either an object, a single object, or a collection. And since we have our buildings collection, we are going to use that. And you have to check the use collection option. Now you see we have our buildings now, which is a cluster because it's instancing them in the z-axis as well, which is an option. I just want the xy plane, so I'm just going to have that like that. And I want, let me see, where should I have these? Yeah, just have a cluster of these buildings somewhere in here, like that. But I think the scale of this building here is a bit off, so let me apply the scale. Let me just select all buildings, Shift D, collection, apply the scale. Okay. We can randomize the scale. Let me reduce that first. Then spread out the X distance. I need to make my walls larger. Great progress. Thank you, man. Thank you. And the Y distance, spread these buildings also on the Y as well. Let me refresh these geometry nodes. I don't know. Kind of seems like the scale is off a bit. Okay, I need to make sure that let me actually just duplicate these, duplicate the clusters, the city buildings first, and then have the wall surround them. So let's see. I need to randomize these buildings first. Yeah, I'm not sure why this building is standing out too much. Huh. 50 collection. Want all the buildings to have the same scale, so yeah, I want most of these, all these buildings should be within the walls. So let me just bring them closer, and let me just scale up the walls. So let me grab the collection, the wall collection, just scale it up just like that, and I just move these buildings around. And I still have access to this setup. Do you plan to put a crowd in there? A crowd, I don't think people would be visible, but we can add them. It's very easy, especially since these are really small. It's a small scene, you won't be able to see the details, so we can use any shape. Like animated crowd? Nah, I won't be using any animated crowd. Let me first get the scale of these instances right. So let me scale them up. And each cluster shouldn't have this many instances, so let me reduce. Just reduce the building and just add some trying to get the right scale. That would be cool and save time. Which one? What would be? Also, this scatter add-on that you are using, does it have collision detection? So scatter houses won't intersect. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Just they do intersect, but I don't really mind right now. Just increase. Okay. Just have a few. I need the camera to be pulled back a bit. Okay, now let's add in some monuments. Monuments. Yeah, I have these like stadium pieces. I think you can just have something like that there. And yeah, let's create a building like this. And I think we can just combine these different buildings and add pikes to them. So let me just okay, go. We'll see the stream later on. No problem, man. Thank you for joining us. I think I need to rotate the sun about 90 degrees. Okay, I want to create a building like this. So let me see how I can approach. That. So this should be the center building. Thank you for subscribing, Aditya, Arif. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we need a center building like that. Now we just need those pikes as well. I think I have some tower assets I could use here. All right, let me just make it those spikes. Okay, that's too tall and doesn't have as much detail. I think I can just add a few subdivisions and just set it. Okay, so I can add pikes everywhere. Feel this is still not big enough. I think we are getting there. Let me see. Do I have any dome? Trying to find different buildings that will make okay. We need to extend our walls again because it's becoming clear that this is too small. So let's expand these walls, extend these walls. I think this circle here, this cylinder should have been bigger than we have it. So it pushes out, yeah, more. And I think it's too red. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think now things are starting to look better. Go back to the camera here. Pull it back. Yeah, we're continuously extending the walls. Let me grab these. Yeah, I think this stadium, I want this stadium to be visible. Okay, so that should be the extent of our little town. Perfect. And I'm starting to like how the roads are looking. Now we can actually now just add extra roads. Now this should also extend. I have a forest scene I think I could use here. Need to adjust the camera clipping again. Okay. Add some children. Okay, these children, I see. Render, this is plane 14. Really nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me look at the material of this. And interesting. Trying to see how this comes out. Actually, that's going to be our tree. And trying to get the right color for it. So if you're seeing that dark, a lot of dark areas like that, hey Ocon, made buyer, are you glad to see you again? Okay, I'm going to go to the particles. I want to go to the render settings because I'm seeing a lot of dark areas. That's usually because in the render settings, I think under alpha light passes, transparency is set to a low number. If I bring that up, I should see more light. So I also want this forest to not be, let's try half of this. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that thick. Another thing I could do is, so this is my forest. Another thing I could do is just have a plane. If I give it a few subdivisions. Control L, link modifiers. I only need the particle the particles, and I don't want to show the instancer, and I want to use a shrink wrap on this projection. Now this should be above the particle system. So yeah, I want to have a few trees in some areas, and we don't need this many particles. I can use like 100, and just, these are usually in valleys. Trees grow mostly in valley areas. I have returned less smelly and with a copper tea. You mean you are you're smelly? Okay, I have another one here. Just adding trees. And we can add more mountains in the back. And then add some volume. Yeah, this is just going to have an emissive value. Okay, that's too bright. So too bright. Okay. Just need more of these buildings now. Can just duplicate this. Go to the array, just we don't want to scale that, we just play the X distance so we have more. Okay, duplicate that. I think let me try adding. Still need to extend to push. To push this up. Okay. Just duplicate a bunch of these outside the city walls. And let's add a few forests. Just move these trees around. I think the sun is a bit too bright. Another forest may be around there. And maybe another one there. One thing I'm noticing is that the roof material of these buildings needs to be a bit. Hey, first grab all of them, make sure they're all using the same material. This roof color, I need it to be more red so that it stands out. Yeah, more red like that so that it can stand out more. And maybe this could be more white. could be mixing up these. Let me see. I think I have these mixed up. Maybe it's to be more red. Like that. Nice, can I just... Huh. Oh. Want that to be interesting. Okay. Can you destroy the wall with a spaceship? Yeah, that's that sounds like a lot of work, man. Let's call this roof. Oh, this should just have the same roof material that is more red. Like that. Houses make a beautify add-on. Oh, no, I made these by hand. I didn't use an add-on. I just modeled them directly because I wanted them to be usable in different applications like Unreal Engine. Okay, I think our roof looks better. So these should also have the same roof material that is more red. Now I can control how red I want that to be by just doing that. I think I kind of like how this mountain is there. Let me add more monuments. Yeah, I have this soccer field stadium here. Yeah, I think it helps. And let me add some extra buildings and we can scatter more buildings around here, maybe even somewhere here. Get some, extend this road. It should be above the surface. Grab these. I think I should use this as okay. We have an issue here. We have roads, but they don't really have an entrance. So let's fix that. I'm going to turn this into can you convert this scene into a dark horror? A dark horror? You mean like a nighttime scene or something? Let's see, can I just... I think this can make a better entry point. I don't want to have buildings intersecting with the road, so just going to move a few of these out of the way so that we have a clear road. I think I can just yo, thank you for subscribing, 3D Eka. So can you create Twin Tower incident like the movie? I'm not sure what Twin Tower incident you mean. Which movie, Twin Tower movie do you mean? Now I want this to be the highlight, so I'm going to just add an area light on this building so that it kind of stands out a bit more. I'm not sure I can do that, man. Yeah, that's a sensitive matter. I'm not sure I can do something like that on YouTube. Yeah, I want this to stand out. And I can do something like 100. Maybe even make this stadium also stand out. A documentary movie with animation. Well, I'm not very sure about the details, so yeah, no. Let me see. Let me see a better way to design this building here. Instead of just having stacks and stacks of buildings like this, let me try something different. If I make it to something like that, duplicate it, let's see now. Still doesn't look as good as I want it to. Let's see. Let's look for. Looks brilliant. Thank you, thank you. How can I boost my render speed? Yeah, there are a few things you could do. You can try using less. You can try using less image textures. For example, you can see that in this scene, I'm trying to use very simple shaders, nothing too complicated. Get some detail on this tower. Buy a 40 series graphics card. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Definitely would help. Trying out several designs here. Without if you want to make a building distraction like that, you can check out a video by Granite Films. I think it's called Realistic Building Distraction Effect in Blender. Maybe. That new card is more than my whole PC. How much is it? I haven't looked at the prices. I want this. Creating a good looking monument is not as easy as I expected. But we'll see. I think the 1490 is 1200. Yikes. That's pricey. But that's usually the cost of a lot of PCs. I think we're getting somewhere. Yes. Get these. Give them the same material. Trying to see if we can get something nice to look at in the middle here. Thank you, Alperen, for subscribing. Let's see if I have this. Yeah, we're starting to see something. Yeah, even when you come closer here, you can see that looks monumental. and maybe just make this, give this a roof material. Looking good. Thank you, Kit Kat. Cass. Thank you. Let's throw in some trees. Okay, I like the trees better than I thought. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to come out, especially when we add these trees. Thank you, Etienne. Etienne. No, I think I need. Maybe first grab these buildings and remove any randomization in the rotation. Randomization in the rotation. And I just have a road that goes straight to the main building. So I'm going to just duplicate these. Okay. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Pete. This should be. I should have a more grid-like town instead of these random clusters. So let's try that and see. Yeah, that's maybe just a tiny bit of randomization. Just a small bit. So that we can turn this into a good looking road. So I'm just going to remove this. Okay, we want roads like that. That can have a few buildings there. Where are you from? Yes, I'm from East Africa, Uganda. Thank you for answering, man. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Maybe we need to extend the walls again. So if I push this out, just widen our perfect, like that. I think I can just scale this down and maybe reduce the count a bit, then duplicate this so we can have a bunch of other buildings here. So distance, and again I want a more orderly structure. Remove this, rotate, yeah, we need, let me see, where is my tree? Alpha tree. Yeah, this here. Let me duplicate this again. I want to have it here, this alpha tree, and I want it to go. I'm going to use the geometry node modifier, this scatter, and it's going to use the alpha tree. Oh, it's supposed to be tree. Huh. Just Ctrl L, link modifiers. Interesting. Okay. Just get the right rotation, instance rotation. Nope. Okay. That's our tree. Let me remove the, I just want to scatter it on one axis. I see. Okay. Randomize rotation. I see. Our render engine cycles is struggling now. System out of memory. Okay, let's see, what can we do? Maybe we can reduce the count. Let me see, let me try this. Okay. System out of memory. Let me see if I go to trying to optimize and see if that would because 7 GPU, because we are running out of GPU. Okay, we're good. Thank you for subscribing, Sijit Ari. Thank you, thank you. Let me see if I change the camera. Let's try a 15mm. I don't think I mind that. Maybe we can extend the forest. And maybe scatter these. Make a clear road. You have definitely optimized your workflow. Your scenes have a lot more going on in them. You reach your GPU limit now. Yeah, I think I'm really getting better at optimizing, because by now my PC would already be struggling better. If we can handle this That's a good sign. Thank you, RM Power Tech, for subscribing. Thank you. I need... to make way for this rod here. Yeah, now we can even add in some people. And you know a trick for people? At this scale, I'm just going to use a triangle. I don't know, a pyramid like that. That's enough for... Actually, let me have a collection called people. And it shouldn't be this wide. I subscribe to you because you make a great project. Thank you, Iham Todd. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, 70 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Get some rods in. See if I can add a few. Yeah, roads that side. 30. Quite old. 30. Have some floating trees for some reason. Shouldn't be floating. Maybe another stadium. lacking some mountains. Okay. Lake. Maybe some cloud cover. So let's create a light gobble. Gobble. Something to cover parts of the city. Guess we can make the sun more harsh. Grab another. Let me grab this light here. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Anton Rosetsky? Thank you. And thank you, DNK, for subscribing as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. And RM Power Tech, might have missed that. Thank you. Nice self-promotion. Yeah, man. Thank you, SC Pew. Thank you. Etienne trying to hustle. I respect that, but okay. We have some shadow maps, I think. Yeah, this road is still too thick. Needs to be thinner than this. And it's too straight as well. Maybe it should widen up around there. maybe narrows even further down. You use render layers? Nah. I don't. I just mostly use collections. By render layers, what do you mean exactly? Because I've heard of them, but I don't think I've used them. Okay. Let's examine the different lights we have. If I turn them all off, that's the lighting we have from the sun. Seems insufficient. But I see no outside the circular wall in the reference. They're there, they're just too small to see. And we don't really creating a one-to-one to the reference, because if you look at this is way too detailed to try and do it in a 2 hour, because I've just been doing this for 1 and 46 minutes. It's hard to get this detail, all of this detail in that time frame. So I'm not really trying to make it exactly. I'm just trying to use it as inspiration. So I'm okay with this not being. But there are some buildings outside the walls. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Trying to make this structure really stand out. Render layers helps with rendering a bit fast, and you add each collection to each view layer, but make sure you name each organization for better organization. Because I've never tried them. I'm not very organized, I will admit. Thank you, Biayu. Thank you. Trying to see what else I can add in here. Guess this forest thing needs to be more. And we need more particles. Actually, can just get away with fewer, but just make them larger. Let me play with some colors. Thank you, thank you. Just play with some presets here. Too dark, too much contrast. Is a day-night transition possible? Yeah, I think we can try that. Let me see. Let me first remove this. I'm going to save a backup in case we mess up. I actually just create a night version here. Night version. Okay. Let's get a night. Let me first look at some references. Medieval night scene. I saw some good stuff on ArtStation. Let me try and look up that. Medieval. So we don't expect to have a lot of colors. Yes. So the sun is the first thing to go. We bring it very, very low and bring the energy down. First turn off the lights. So what else is bringing in the light now? So that's, is it this emitter? Yeah, it's this volume. So I think that we can lanterns. Yeah, I think that's the way to light things up. Now this shouldn't have a lot of emission strength. It should be Okay, now this is how we're going to do the lanterns, because adding lights everywhere might be a bit hard. Let's try approaching it in a more easy way. I'm going to create a mesh. Let's use a cube. Give it an emission. Shader. Trying to see if this would work. Okay. Now I think I can just go in edit mode and duplicate these around different places. Like that. There may be around the tower. Each tower should have at least a torch. Maybe we can miss a few. Movie scene in the making. Yeah, I think we have to use actual lights, because lights have some settings that I think might be useful here. So let me just create night lights. Okay, yeah. Think. I see. I think we can also use, if I remove these things, they don't really add anything to the light. Call these gobos. Let me grab some area lights. With a nice blue. Just for a moon. and just give this tower a highlight. When you do that, make sure you go to the view layer and uncheck the collection that are not supposed to be rendered and leave the one collection that yeah, I see what you mean. But if you disable the layer completely, then it won't render. Maybe make it a bit bluer. I think I want to go back to the mesh lighting technique. Just using an emitter. Thank you, Gaujin, for subscribing. Hey, Bobby Alex, glad to see you. How are you? Also, this works only when you have a transparent background. I'm not sure what you mean. Hey, Kumath, 33. How are you? Glad to see you, man. Okay, let's add some lights. Okay, this looks like the tower is on fire. Shouldn't be that much light. Should be just a bit. How about that for a night time? I'm good making a space scene animation. This scene looks amazing. Oh, thank you, man. Oh, nice. A space scene. I would love to see the final render. So, Kapil, what do you think? What else do you think we can add in to make this look more night-like? I think since we have lights, we can add shooting star. Sure. Let me see. Let's add a principal volume here.